Good afternoon. Today I'm going to work on a project I've been wanting to get to for quite some time. I'm going to propagate some dahlias and hydrangeas and maybe coleus and maybe some bloodleaf from my garden. And this morning I noticed that one of my dahlias looked very unhappy, and turns out it's been eaten mostly by a gopher. And I don't know what it was, so I can't buy another one, but I can try to propagate from what I have left of it. And so we'll cross our fingers and hope that works. But other than that, I know I want to propagate some of the pink hydrangeas I have in my yard because they're really beautiful and shouldn't be too hard to propagate, I don't think. But we're going to give it a try and see if it'll work. Here we go. This is what I found. Well, I saw these looking very unhappy this morning, and I pulled them, and indeed they have been eaten quite severely. But this one I should be able to just plant it, cut it way back, and hopefully it'll grow more. This might have some root on it. If there's any of the tuber on it, you have a little bit better chance than just trying to go from a cutting of leaves. But I'm going to try to make 6 of this plant at least. It doesn't look right now. This is not what it looks like. It's usually orange, but obviously it's been attacked, so it's unhappy. So that's one of them. And try to get some cuttings of this beautiful pink hydrangea here. Having very clean tools is important, so I'm going to wipe them down between each plant because you don't want to spread disease between plants. So this dahlia has been my absolute favorite this year. I believe it's the Joey Nicky. Let's see. A lot of it down here on the ground. We're looking for growth points, nodes where leaves come out. So for dahlias, regular soil will work. So I just have some potting soil here. This one is an orange dahlia. Now, where's my knife? So this knife is clean. I just got it from the kitchen. So these are growth points or nodes. Everywhere where leaves come out is a growth point. This one even has a small flower starting on it. So what I'm going to do this one is so get some sort of a root starter, rooting hormone. I want to put it on something. This was very spur of the moment. Okay, I'll move this. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to make some cuts into, I'm going to score around and make some cuts into the stem here. Then I'm going to roll that in the rooting hormone and then put it in the dirt and pack it tight around. Whoops. There's some leaf miner action happening on this. Not ideal, but okay, so I have 3 more of this orange one. I'm going to make a cut, cutting into the stem. Just going to go ahead and make a couple. And then we're going to roll that in the root hormone. Now I'm not dipping this into my can of rooting hormone, just in case. I don't want to spread a pathogen. So we'll and I'm cutting just below the leaf node. See this new little leaves starting here? Hopefully that will become a plant. Getting a root hormone on it. This really has been a glorious orange dahlia this year. Okay. Okay, so the orange dahlia, I'm going to tighten, I'm going to pack the dirt in around each one of those. Orange is done. This is the Joey Nikki, or Joey Nikki. It's really pretty. It has peaches, pinks, yellows. think this one's called Tyrell. Could be wrong. But for this one, since I have some roots and maybe some tuber, I'm going to go ahead and try to root it from there. At least on 2, 4 of them. For the hydrangea, I'm going to put some perlite. No, just dirt, perlite, vermiculite. The hydrangea, just going to cut off half of all the leaves. And see how it has multiple buds, leaf nodes? I'm just going to roll the stem in rooting hormone and stick it in the perlite and vermiculite mixture. Okay, this is the bloodleaf, the lime irricine, and I don't know, I think I'm going to try to get the rooting hormone all the way to this node and then plant it that deep. I've had luck just sticking them in the ground before, but I want to try to be more scientific about it. There's the tiniest little leaf in there. So I think I can go like right there above it. So here they are, little starts, and I will keep an eye on them and water them, make sure that they are getting the best start, and we'll update and see how they work. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. I just have really wanted to start some things to try to propagate some of the plants in my yard from cuttings. Not the simple propagation, which I know many of my plants will just, you can break off enough of it so that there's a few leaf nodes and just literally stick it in the ground and it'll go. But this is a little more specialized with the hydrangeas and the dahlias. And I used perlite and vermiculite for the hydrangea. It's just what I've read is recommended. And then I just use potting soil. You could use compost or another kind of a rich soil to start the other types of cuttings. And it says, where I've read, it says it takes 4 to 6 weeks to see whether it's working, and do not pull them out and try to see if there's roots. You can do them in a clear container if you really want to see if your roots are starting. I do have one in a clear container. But otherwise, really the signal is that you're starting to get new leaves and you're starting to get, flower shoots starting to come up. So that's what I'm going to be watching for, and I'm just going to baby these here, water them every day. I do not have them in direct sunlight. I have them in a spot where they will get good light but be shaded, and not get too hot and not get too much wind, and just pretty much be in an incubation kind of a area. And so I will update you on them soon, in about a month, and we'll see how they're doing. And that's going to do it. It's going to do it for me for today. I'm going to go put my feet up as usual, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye-bye.